Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome everyone. My name is Stefan Lengling and I will be your host for tonight. I hope that you're all comfortable and most of all dry. Welcome Secretary General of the Justitia Awards, Franz Heidinger, and also the President of the Women in Law Initiative, Alex Franz Thomas. Welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are, for the 5th time, celebrating exceptional legal professionals who are truly inspiring role models for women all over the globe. We're celebrating this exciting event together with you, the participants of the Women in Law Conference 2024, as well as with our members, supporters, allies, and partners. This year, for the first time, each laureate will receive an honorary invitation to attend Vienna's most prestigious ball event at the Vienna Imperial Palace in February 2025, the Juristenball, or Lawyers' Ball. Thanking the Juristenverband, represented by Reinhard Hohenecker, for their cooperation and generous donation. Ladies and gentlemen, when we invited nominations for the Justitia Awards 2024, we did not expect to receive so many nominations from around the globe. And we welcome all women in law. Tonight, we're celebrating you. Year and year again, it is such a pleasure to host this remarkable gala together with one of these trailblazing women in law, the President of the Women in Law Initiative, Alex Frank Thomason. Alex, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Franz. And a warm welcome to everyone. Welcome to the Justitia Awards 2024. I'm truly excited and so proud, incredibly proud, to celebrate this event with you all for the 5th time now. You are the women in law who inspired us to initiate this award. You are the successful lawyers, judges, motivated scholars, and law school students, the driven counsels and hard-working public servants. You are the women in law who lift each other up. Welcome to all of you. I'm so pleased to welcome so many allies too. We appreciate your support, we need your support, and we value your commitment to keep fighting with us, fighting to improve working environments and to increase equality and diversity in the legal professions throughout the globe. The Justitia Awards are organized by the Women in Law Initiative here in Vienna. Our organization strives to connect women and male allies in all fields of law. We offer them a global platform to discuss current issues, to learn from each other, and also to network across industry sectors and borders, which we just have lived in a very beautiful manner during the last 2 days. During the last year, we have doubled and tripled our efforts and worked tirelessly on several projects. Our biggest event of the year, apart from the Justitia Awards, is our international conference. While we are wrapping up this year's conference, we've already started planning for 2025, when the conference will take place from September 11 to 13. Please mark all your calendars. But today we are here to celebrate. We celebrate the achievements of women in the legal professions. We celebrate ourselves. Together, we will recharge our strengths. We will be inspired and honor the Women in Law 2024. A warm welcome now to the Justitia Awards ceremony.
Thank you, Franz and Alex, and of course, we will be seeing much more of you this evening tonight. At this moment, I would like to add a big thank you to our sponsors. Of course, An event like this would not be possible without these strong partnerships. It's important that as an NGO, the Justitia Awards and the Women in Law Initiative have these strong collaborations, and I think there's a very much looking forward to the continuation of them. I want to thank especially the platinum sponsor, Publishing House of Mainz, and the gold sponsors, the University of Vienna and also Alex Frank, Rechtsanwälte. Yes, please. Let me now take another brief moment to address the amount of nominations that we have received for this year. First off, the Justitia Awards will be awarded in 3 different categories. These are International Leaders and Lifetime Awards, then Achievements in Academia, and thirdly, Young Achievers as well as Game Changers and Pioneers in their respective fields of law. We received more than 150 nominations from, in total, 31 different countries. There are so many amazing women amongst them, so it wasn't an easy choice for the election committee. That is why the committee has decided to award 2 different awards in each category. So there will always be an international one and then another one on the national level in Austria. Congratulations to all nominees at this point. Yes, each one of these women is in their own right a role model, a mentor. They are researchers and scholars, and they have all shattered glass ceilings and broken down barriers and defeated biases, and amongst all, supported other women in law. So thank you as well to the election committee for taking the time and the effort in choosing the laureates. As said, it was everything but an easy task. And up next, I would like to introduce the ones who sat at the helm and had to make this very difficult decision. You will see now, for one, the pictures of the women and men who were in this committee. It was Maria Berger, who herself is a Justitia Award laureate, former member of the European Parliament, the Council of Ministers, and the EU Court of Justice. Dora Bertrand, who is the founder of Paragraphen and herself also a Justitia Award laureate. Tadala Shinkwezule is a Malawian lawyer and notary public, and she has also won a Justitia Award before. Zlata Djordjevic, you see her up here on the screen as well, is a tenured professor of criminal procedure, human rights, international and European criminal law at the University of Zagreb, and she too is a Justitia Award laureate. Next up, familiar face, Alex Frank Thomaser, who is the senior partner of Alex Frank Rechtsanwälte, the founder and president of the Women in Law Initiative. And you see here, up here on the screen as well, yes. And next to her, Jalila Haider, who is the first female lawyer, human rights activist, and feminist leader from Pakistan's ethnically persecuted Hazara minority. Elisabeth Holzleitler was there as well. She's a professor of legal philosophy and legal gender studies and is the head of the Department of Legal Philosophy at the University of Vienna here in this city. Pauline Javani is head of member development at MSI Global Alliance, which is a leading global association of independent legal and also accounting firms. Now you'll see the next members of the committee up here on the screen. Sandra Konstatsky, who's also with us here tonight, is head of the Austrian Ombud for Equal Treatment. Susanne Kahl is a professor of business law at the University of Economics and Business, also in this city of Vienna, and also the founder of the Austrian Supervisory Board Day, which in German one would call Aufsichtsratstag. Elisabeth Zoll-Lendwey is a contracts manager at Airbus Defence and Space GmbH in Germany and is also a mentor to very many young professionals. Satang Navane is a scholar and activist for human rights in Africa with a particular focus on sexual and reproductive rights and also women's rights in the country of Gambia. Now we have, for one, Elisabeth Lovrek up here. She's the former president of the Supreme Court of Austria. Nermira Negam, who is the first director of the African Migration Observatory. Ilse Reiter-Satlukal, who is an accomplished researcher, a beloved lecturer and the head of the Institute of Legal and Constitutional History at the University of Vienna. Rasha Takielgin is a professor of private international law and has been an advisor to the Egyptian parliament and a member of the legislative committee of the National Council for Egyptian Women. And we have two more for you. For one, Nida Usman Chowdhury, who publishes and also advises on gender and children's rights and teaches corporate law from a business and also from a human rights perspective. She also founded the Women in Law Initiative in Pakistan. And Amina Kutucian, who is also with us here tonight. He's a recognized expert in private foundation law and president of the Austrian Bar Association. At this moment, a round of applause, please. Thanks to the election committee. Yes, each one of these men and women took the time to review the over 150 nominations, so thank you for sharing this expertise and the high standards. We'll now guarantee that we have the worthiest winners here tonight. So now, without further ado, let us find out who these amazing women are. We're coming to the first category. The first category celebrates the most talented and impactful women in the legal professions. It recognizes their achievements and contributions to society. The winner in this category has demonstrated excellence and also proved herself to be the most innovative and groundbreaking lifetime achiever. You will now see the shortlisted nominees for category 1 for the international level in alphabetical order. They are Jill Greenfield, Ida von Schulman, and Oksana Soytal. I'll give you a brief introduction to each one of them. Jill Greenfield is the first. She's the head of serious injury at Fieldfisher, and with a fixed moral compass, Jill currently represents victims of a number of high-profile abusers, having represented the UK victims of Harvey Epstein, for example, and also Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, and many others. Next up, Ida von Schulman, who is an international lawyer with over 15 years of experience focusing on sustainable leadership and law. And amongst her contributions was the promotion of the Equality Act and anti-discrimination laws in the country of Finland. Oksana Soytal is an international human rights lawyer and professional research scholar specializing in human rights, democracy, and also education policy. Her activism has earned global recognition from luminaries such as US President Barack Obama and also the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. Since we have introduced all three of them, that we can move on and have the prize as such and the award in the first category. We've introduced the three women, and now let me tell you who the person is going to be who's going to present that first award. It's going to be Ambassador Miriam Negem, who's the director of the African Migration Observatory and also last year's Justitia Awards laureate. Welcome to the stage, and please welcome. Now, the international winner for the Justitia Award 2024 in category 1, International Leaders and Lifetime Award, is Oksana Soytal. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I am so incredibly honored and profoundly grateful to be the recipient of the International Leaders Award. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the distinguished members of the selection committee for selecting me for this tremendous honor. And to my fellow nominees, congratulations. I am truly humbled to be in the company of such highly regarded lawyers, esteemed law professors, distinguished judges, and scholars in the field. And this award that I have received is not only a representation of my own efforts, but it's also a reflection of the collective dedication of each one of us in this room that worked tirelessly to uphold the principles of justice, fairness, equality, integrity, and democracy. And as a human rights lawyer, I am acutely aware that there's still many work to be done. There's still many barriers to be broken, and there are still many injustices for me to confront. And of course, there are still many lives that I hope to impact. And I am so incredibly grateful to the Women in Law Initiative for giving me the courage and motivation to continue pushing boundaries and to advocate for a world where fairness is not just ideal, but a reality for all. Thank you very much for this tremendous honor.
It's beautiful to see that it means a lot. Congratulations again. And we'll now move on to the Austrian category for the same award. Again here, let me first introduce you to the nominees for the Austrian Women in Law who were considered for this award here. Again, in alphabetical order, they are Claudia Saki, Amanda Neal, and Tuce Jalcin. Claudia Saki is a partner in the commercial firm Graf Isola Rechtsanwälte. She's an expert in the field of intellectual property law, and in her firm, Claudia is the only female lawyer, so she sees it as her special task to promote the next generation of women lawyers. Amanda Neal is General Counsel of the Head Group. She too uses her professional experience as a female lawyer to make positive change in the legal world so that younger generations of women have an easier path to fulfill their potential in the future. Tuce Jalcin is a counsel and head of Taylor Wessing's CEE Turkish desk. She's a dual qualified M&A lawyer in Austria. And on top of that, also an editorial board member of peer-reviewed journal, The Company Lawyer. So these are the nominees, and the award in category 1 for the Austrian level will be presented by Angelika Rüttgen-Dümmeter from our platinum sponsor, the publishing house of Manz. I'll ask you to join us here on the stage, and a round of applause, please. Thank you so much for being here. And without further ado, let's find out who won in this category. The Austrian winner for the Justitia Award 2024 in category 1, International Leaders and Lifetime Awards, is Tuce Jalcin. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I have the same feeling here, the same feeling as I was here in this building when I had my bar exam. It's kind of feeling a moment of an honor and to be very humble. Thank you very much also for this great initiative to bringing us great lawyers, professions from around the globe to discuss and to be together here. I think equal opportunity is not only great for having an equal and fair society, but rather also promotes business. We all know also from the studies that to have a diverse company is also leads also to a great result in the outcome of a company, which means we all here have the responsibility to promote these equal opportunities for women in every kind of different state of their lives. So I would also thank you again for this great nomination and for this great award, and also being together here today, and wish you also all the best. Thanks very much.
Well, congratulations on behalf of the Women in Law Initiative. I'm honored to congratulate both of these remarkable winners, Tuğçe Yalçın and Oksana Soltan, here tonight. We also want to congratulate all of our other shortlisted nominees. They are all, in their own right, exceptional role models, and their hard work and dedication inspires, especially, as also mentioned before, the next generation of women in law. So a big round of applause for everyone who was nominated in this category. On to the second category, academia, which honors female researchers, scholars in the field of law. The academic who will win here has conducted extensive research into questions of gender equality, female careers, and also related topics. The winner of the Justitia Award in the category academia has influenced changes in attitudes, in beliefs, and practices towards women in the legal professions. So bear with me one moment. I think if the past is any indicator, yes, we have this back here working right now, and I may now present our shortlisted international nominees in the second Justitia Award 2024 category, Academia. These women again in alphabetical order. You'll see them up here right now. The first is Rangita de Silva de Alves, who is a global expert on international women's rights and faculty at the University of Pennsylvania Law School in Wharton. She was elected as an expert to the UN Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women and has published in many prestigious law journals on gender equality lawmaking. Eki Emizio Morobe is a lecturer at the University of Leicester and also founded the International Law and Policy in Africa Network, a global research group for information exchange and also for many collaborative projects. Eduarda Rosas is a lawyer and author, a researcher and also a scholar herself. She is deeply committed to try to inspire and also empower women, mothers, and also neurodivergent scholars to overcome the obstacles that are sadly imposed by their conditions and to help them fight for their aspirations. So these are the women who are shortlisted in the nomination process here, and the award in category 2 will be presented by Professor Marie-Therese Klaes from our silver sponsor, the University of Economics. Welcome to the stage. And the international winner for the Justitia Award 2024 in the second category, Academia, is Rangita de Silva de Alves. Congratulations.
Women in the Law Initiative and the University of Vienna. I stand before you to accept this award on behalf of the women of the world. Despite the backlash and the pushback against women's rights in many parts of our world, we stand at the cusp of a new era for women leaders in law and in public life. At the global normative level, Gender Recommendation 40 of the Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, the treaty body on which I serve, is at the cusp of launching a new normative framework calling for a paradigm change, parity in women's leadership. So this is a shift from a critical mass of women in leadership to full and equal parity of women in all decision-making sectors. So this calls for, in my own words, a shift from a tipping point in leadership to what I call a pivot point of women in decision-making. My friends, we are at the eve of the 25th anniversary of the Women, Peace and Security Agenda and the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Platform of Action. Intractable conflicts from Sudan to the Middle East, to Afghanistan to Iran, call for women's participation in conflict prevention and in conflict resolution. From food insecurity to climate crisis, to conflict-related sexual violence, to conflict-related intellectual violence, women's leadership calls for new structural solutions to address structural problems in the law. Law cannot be complicit in the injustices against women. On the other hand, the research is clear. When women are represented in decision-making and in nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement, as well as in peacemaking, what we see is that there are more enduring solutions and outcomes. My friends, next week, the UN General Assembly is set to adopt the first ever cybercrime convention, the first General Assembly resolution on artificial intelligence and the Sustainable Development Goals, and the Global Digital Compact. I call upon all of us to ensure that women's voices are represented in these new international norms, because the rule of law cannot rule women out. What we see is that women in leadership, women human rights defenders, and women journalists are often the victims of technology-related gender-based violence and cyber attacks. Gender unequal laws are being reformed around the world. Many countries are dismantling husband obedience laws, and in a stark reversal of unequal laws, Sierra Leone's youngest education minister, a male ally, reversed the prohibition against pregnant women and girls attending schools. However, despite these positive reforms, there is a stunning reversal of progress in many countries, especially in Afghanistan. As I stand before you, girls and women above the 6th grade are unable to access their rightful human right to education. There's a complete ban on women's and girls' education above the 6th grade. And just last week, a 114-page set of formal edicts prohibited women's voice in public in Afghanistan. This creates a chilling effect, not only on the voices of women in Afghanistan, but a chilling effect on all our voices. And the women and the men gathered here in this historic Palace of Justice cannot remain silent when Afghan women's voices are forced into silence. My friends, I'm proud that Austria's own Women, Peace and Security National Action Plan strengthens the participation of women in peace-promoting and conflict-resolving activities, especially by promoting local peace initiatives by women and increasing the share of women in decision-making positions in international and European organizations. You are a bellwether for the rest of the world, and I call upon you tonight to accelerate women's decision-making in Austria's Women, Peace and Security Action Plan. The world needs the women of Austria at a leadership position. This award celebrates the past and looks at the future. Those who came before us and those who come after us. I stand on the shoulders of many. Those who are my role models, and my mentors. My late father, grandfather, and great-grandfather were leaders in the law. Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton, Prime Minister Sirimavo Bandaranayake, the first woman head of state in the world, Baroness Helena Kennedy, Dean Martha Minow, the Dean of Harvard Law School, my own Dean at the University of Pennsylvania Law School, the first woman Dean, Dean Sophia Lee, Judge Nancy Gertner, Undersecretary General Radhika Kumaraswamy, Phumzile Mlambo Nguka, the former Vice President of South Africa, and my own students, whom I consider mentors and inspirational role models. They are the ones who will carry the torch, including a young male ally who, inspired by my classes on international women's human rights, started to ensure that the university, one of the most distinguished universities in the world, makes available menstrual products across the university. My friends, in closing, the hope is that women and girls caught in the crossfire of war have the same access to menstrual products and all life-saving supplies that are their inalienable rights to a life of dignity and a life without fear. So tonight, this award is for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much also for this inspiring speech. Without further ado, we're moving on to the next award, which will be in the same category, academia, but here again, as you've learned it from the first one, on the Austrian level. And we look at the women who made it onto the shortlist here. We'll begin with Petra Leupold, who is the head of litigation at VKI, co-founder, board member of NEUB, which is short for None of Your Business, the European Center for Digital Rights. And as head of litigation of Austria's most important consumer organization, she is shaping the landscape of collective redress, both at the national and also at a European level in the European Union. Anita Ziegerhofer, professor of the legal history and head of the Institute of the Foundations of Law and the Department of the History of Law and European Legal Development. Her research also focuses on gender dimension of law from the Middle Ages up to this present moment now. And the award here in the second category for the Austrian level will be presented by Professor Ilse Reiter-Zatlukal from our gold sponsor, the University of Vienna. Welcome to the stage. And the Austrian winner for the Justitia Award 2024 in category 2, Academia, is Anita Ziegerhofer. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very surprised to get this extraordinary honor, this extraordinary award. Thank you to the committee, thank you to the initiators, Alex, thank you, Franz, thank you to your team of the wonderful initiative, Women in Law, and the Justitia Award. Thank you. I'm really, it's amazing. It's like the Oscar Award. And yes, I'm so nervous like the computer here. Yes, okay. So I had to spend a few words. In 1778, the Graz Faculty of Law was founded. In 1991, Daphne Simotta became the first female full professor of our faculty, 200 years after the foundation of our faculty. In 2021, I became the first female full professor of legal history, and 1 year ago, in 2023, Gabriele Schmölzer became the first female dean of our faculty. Okay, you see, progress is going on, the process is going on, the work happens, but there is a lot of work to do. And I am sure that all the women in law will do all these works in present and in future. So thank you very much for this extraordinary honor. And this award inspires me to continue my research in my, especially field of research, the female legal rights. I will do it with all my energy, with all my soul, with my heart, and with my love. Thank you again, and the best for all of you, for all the wonderful and powerful women in law. Thank you very much.
Well, it's great to see all these emotions, and on behalf of the Women in Law Initiative, also here, I'm honored to congratulate again the remarkable winners in this category, Rangita de Silva de Alves and Anita Ziegerhofer, who you've both seen here right now. But also here, we want to congratulate all of our other shortlisted nominees who put in this really extraordinary academic work, which is not only an inspiration, but also forms the basis for much needed change in laws and also their practical application. So also here, a big round of applause, please, for everyone who was nominated. So, and we have a couple of awards left to give in our third category. It covers a range of achievements. It involves pioneers who have shattered the glass ceilings in their field and paved the way for other women to follow them. Game changers who promoted innovative approaches and created opportunities for other women who are in the legal professions, and then young legal professionals who champion new ways of working where the business as usual just doesn't seem to work anymore and more out-of-the-box solutions are needed. And we'll have the shortlisted nominees for the third category here in alphabetical order again, as you're used to already. Yes, exactly. They're Hannah Abdi, Kumsaba Mirza, and Lauren Kohn. Hannah Abdi is a legal and human rights specialist with a diverse range of experience in Somaliland and also in Somalia. She has founded a television program dedicated to promoting legal literacy and the Somali Women in Law Initiative to defend the rights of women and girls. Kumsaba Mirza is the founder and CEO of My Law Story, a media production house that focuses on equality, on diversity, and also on well-being in the field of law, where she is herself also involved in the filmmaking. Lauren Kohn is a legal scholar and young fellow at the University of Cape Town, where she has won a record-breaking 5 law faculty research prizes for producing consistently outstanding legal scholarship that has impacted very different law reforms in this country. She is currently co-pioneering the launch of an NPO focusing on the Law and Governance Academy of Southern Africa. So as you can tell by everything they've done, each one of these women definitely worthy of winning the award here. We'll now find out who it is tonight. And the award for the third category will be now presented by the president of the Austrian Bar, Armena Kutujian, who is also a member of the election committee. Please step forward. And the winner of the international category for Young Achievers, Game Changers and Pioneers is Lauren Cohn. Congratulations.
I'm a little bit emotional, and I don't know if that's just part of who I am, but also because what this has come to mean to me. And I just, from the heart, I'm just so honestly grateful and touched and proud to be here, recognized by such incredible women that have gone before and paved the way, and our male allies, let us not forget, the committee, the organizers. I mean, you know, you hear these things, women in law, and you think, oh, is this, in South Africa we say, is this going to be like a kumbaya thing, you know? But this is the real deal. That's what I realized when I spoke at this conference last year. This is genuinely women lifting up other women, supporting and men, and making a difference in so doing. And as I always say to my children, many of you that have attended the conference will know I've got 4 children in South Africa, in Cape Town. So none of my family could be here, so I'm going to say a little tribute to them. My eldest daughter, Olivia Rose, she once said to me, she's now 9, she said, "Mommy, you're a vessel for law and for love and for life." It's actually the for love that means the most to me, because all of my legal scholarship, all of my legal practice, all of my trailblazing, whatever you want to call it, has all come from the heart and from passion. And my late father, who died when I was pregnant with my second, he always said to me, you know, "Lauren, don't be pigeonholed in life. Never be afraid to shatter a paradigm or question orthodoxy, and do so with conviction." Some persuasion, good doctrinal theorizing always helps, but do it with passion and with unwavering commitment and with self-belief. And always remember, and for me this is the main lesson, and this is what this is all about, is that it just takes one candle to light a room, as I've said, and a candle loses no light by lighting other candles. So we must all light each other up. And it sounds so cliched, but it is so, so true. And I think, I'll tell you a little brief anecdotal story now. When I lectured back in 2016, a former female student of mine, this is women lifting each other up, they had briefed a whole number of top senior counsel across the country, all of whom happened to be male. No disrespect to them, they're all tremendous. But none of them could find an answer. And she said, "I want to phone my former lecturer, Lauren Cohn, because I think she will think out the box and she will find the way." And I'm very proud to share with you that through rigorous research and the utmost determination, we now have a policy directive pursuant to my idea that has got 3.3 billion back into the fiscus that was stolen from state capture. So I'm incredibly proud, and I'm incredibly proud to share it in this forum where I feel, as we say in South Africa, it's a tribe vibe. I feel so embraced and so loved, and I feel so in awe of all of you. So to my late father, to my mother, to my beautiful 4 children and my husband, I'm really very proud. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot and many congratulations. Let me now next up present you the shortlisted nominees in this third category, Young Achievers, Game Changers and Pioneers on the Austrian level. They are Niv Leinwater, Shura Zehetner Hashemi, and again Petra Leupold, who is not only shortlisted in Category 2, but also here in Category 3. We've introduced her before. You remember the head of litigation at VKI and the co-founder, board, and a member of NEUB, which, as mentioned, stands for None of Your Business, which gathered a few laughs here in the audience. But just to elaborate on that for a little bit, the organization actually is focused and dedicated on making sure that the big tech and social media companies don't just take our data and do with it whatever they want. So I think it's a very worthwhile thing that she's after. Niv Leinwater, who's the Secretary General of VAIC, she's dedicated to improving gender parity in arbitrary appointments and also giving young female practitioners opportunities to showcase their talent. She has shined the light on a lot of young talent in Central and also in Eastern Europe. Shura Zehetner Hashemi, she's a lawyer. She worked in the diplomatic service of the Foreign Ministry here in Vienna from 2008 to 2023. She also documented the events in the context of the Women Life Freedom protest movement in Iran, which is the country of her birth. And for a year now, she has been a member of the executive board of Amnesty International here in Austria. And now, I'm going to tell you who won in this category. It's Shura Zehetner Hashemi. Congratulations at this moment. However, unfortunately, she was not able to make it tonight and be here with us. But she sent a short video instead, and we'll have that up here on the screen working in just a second and have a look at it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am unable to be present this evening, yet it is a profound honor and joy for me to be honored at the Women in Law Awards ceremony in Vienna. The accolade in the Game Changer category fills me with deep gratitude and strengthens my conviction that our dedication to human rights, especially women's rights globally, is of utmost importance. As a lawyer and director of Amnesty International Austria, I have the privilege to work daily with inspiring individuals who tirelessly strive for a fairer world. Our shared goal is to amplify the voices of those who are often silenced. In a world where injustice and oppression sadly remain prevalent, it is our duty to illuminate the darkest corners and stand up for those who cannot defend themselves. Last year, our efforts were significantly marked by the Women Life Freedom movement in Iran. This remarkable women-led revolution deeply moved us all and demonstrated the power that the desire for freedom and equality can unleash. The images of brave women removing their headscarves and taking to the streets despite massive repression have etched themselves into our collective memory. We worked diligently to draw global attention to the courageous protests in Iran. Through campaigns, petitions, and targeted public relations, we managed to increase pressure on the Iranian government while expressing solidarity with the protesters. We wrote countless letters to embassies, organized vigils, and launched social media campaigns to ensure that the voices of Iranian women are heard. Every woman who takes to the streets in Iran and stands up for her rights is a heroine. She risks her life for a brighter future. Our efforts here in Austria may seem smaller in comparison, but I am convinced that every voice counts, every action makes a difference. We must not forget that global changes often begin with small local steps. The Women Live Freedom movement is exemplary of the global fight for women's rights, to which Amnesty International has been committed for decades. Whether it's about the right to bodily autonomy, equal educational opportunities, or protection from gender-based violence, we are committed to ensuring that women and girls worldwide can live a life of dignity and freedom. In my role at Amnesty International Austria, I have particularly advocated for placing women's rights at the center of our work. We have launched campaigns to highlight the specific challenges faced by women in conflict zones. For instance, we conducted a comprehensive study on the situation of women in Syria and utilized the findings to influence policymakers and enhance aid measures. We have advocated for the rights of migrants and refugee women by organizing training for staff in reception centers and providing legal support for asylum seekers. Additionally, we have supported projects to combat domestic violence, such as establishing emergency hotlines and shelters. A particular concern of mine is the networking and empowerment of women's rights activists. By creating platforms for exchange and providing resources, we contribute to women supporting each other and learning from one another. This solidarity across borders is a powerful tool in the fight for equality. The award I received today is recognition for Amnesty and all brave women globally who fight daily for their rights. It motivates me to continue our commitment with even greater determination. One thing is certain, as long as any woman is oppressed or any girl denied basic rights, we cannot sit back. Our goal must be to create a world where every person, regardless of gender, origin, or social status, can live a life of dignity and freedom. I would like to express my gratitude to everyone supporting our work, whether through donations, volunteer work, or by sharing and spreading our message. Each of you helps us achieve our goals. Let me emphasize once again in conclusion, the path to true equality is still long and often rocky, but every step we take together brings us closer to this goal. Let's work together to make this goal a reality. Each of us can make a difference. Each can be a game changer. I sincerely thank you for this award. It is both an honor and an obligation for me. I promise you that I will continue to advocate for women's rights and human rights with all my strength. Together, we can create a world where equality is not a utopia, but a reality. Thank you very much for this award.
Congratulations again to Shura Zehner Shemi. We might be able to put the full video up on the website or have it sent to you by email afterwards. Anyway, congratulations to her and also to Lauren Cohn. But also here, we want to congratulate everyone who was shortlisted and for their courage in the legal professions and for aiming to make a change here. They're truly trailblazers and inspirations for many other women. So give it up for them as well. Round of applause. And at this moment, we're going to begin to conclude this extraordinary celebration. I very much stand in awe of the dedication and commitment that was demonstrated by the outstanding women that we recognized here today. And I think it was visible for everyone who saw the women who went up on stage and really spoke from their heart the passion that is here behind everything that they do. And they have truly reached the summit of legal excellence, or they wouldn't be here, and their accomplishments do serve as a very great inspiration. But let us also remember, and that was also something that was mentioned in some of the speeches, that the journey towards a fairer world is ongoing. So thank you for continuing to embody excellence and for inspiring us all to day by day pursue a more just and fair world. So once again, congratulations to all the nominees, to the women who made it to the shortlist, and of course to the winners of the Justitia Awards 2024. And now we look forward, you can see it up here on the screen, to welcoming you again, the winners of 2024, to the Justitia Awards Election Committee for next year. The nominations for the next Justitia Awards will open beginning in January 2025 on the 10th of January. And until then, you have the time to answer a few questions about who the women were, who were your inspiration to strive for more in the legal professions, who deserves international recognition for their achievements and their support of other women in law. And then, of course, who the game changers and pioneers are, who represent an entirely new generation of female legal professionals. So we very much look forward to receiving your nominations for the Justitia Awards 2025. And as Alex mentioned in the beginning, and as everyone surely has already marked in their calendar, the Women in Law Conference next year is going to be held from September 11th to September 13th, 2025. So thank you all for joining us for the 5th time in this wonderful celebration of women in law. We look forward, yes, thank you.